Hi again, it's me, funkdoc, and we have a three-player game on Germany. It's me, the wishmaker, and a new player to this channel, kemnaasa. Kemnaasa is, seems like they're, a decent player. They have over 200 games on here and a 30% win rate, I believe. So, this should be a pretty decent game here. Question is, pay for the 3 or take money with the 8? The 8's going to make a lot of money in 3-player. I like that plant much more in 3-player compared to other games. As a starting plant, the 8 I mean. But building first on Germany is hard to pass up. I think I'll pass, though. I feel like I should get a decent build. Actually, because this map config, this isn't too bad to build last on, even though it may look like it. Because this is a brutal config. Actually, this is the most expensive possible Germany map config for a 2 and 3 player. Because the only connection between Aqua and Yellow is this $19 one here. This is just nasty. I love it. Love this map. I need to see how the early players will build, though. Because I'd rather build after them in this circumstance. I think I store 1 extra coal here. That'll be safe. Because coal's not getting any cheaper for me from this point, so you might as well get as much as you can now. On a lot of other maps where it's cheaper, I would buy 5 coal to start with the 8 in a 3-player game. But oh, that's great. I'm really glad Wishmaker made that build. Really glad. I'm guaranteed to get a solid build now with the 8. I either get Aqua or I get Yellow plus Purple, and this is actually what I would rather take. I'm okay giving up Fulda to Wishmaker. I would just build Würzburg and Nuremberg here, I think. Actually, no, I could do Fulda and Würzburg. That's okay. Because I should be able to get to Nuremberg before Wishmaker does. Kemnaasa deciding which of these 2 places to build. Personally, I would actually rather have the southern part of Yellow plus Purple. I'd rather have this than Aqua because it's a little less constricted. I have a little more ways to expand, and I get more step 1 cities. Okay, but then Kemnaasa does the right build. That's absolutely correct. I mean, Würzburg arguably is better than Nuremberg, but it doesn't really matter. So that means the obvious build for me is Hanover and Bremen. Obvious choice for me to secure Aqua. So Wishmaker can get Fulda on the next turn, and that'll secure 5 step 1 cities for them, which is really solid in the middle and cheapest part of the map. Because from that middle part of Yellow, you can expand in either direction. Anyway, with the 8 in a 3-player game, always pass on plants turn 2. This puts the player with the 4 in an awkward spot where they either have to buy a plant here and give the 10 to the bottom player at cost, or they pass and just stuck running the 4 for another turn. They opt to go with a 9. The 9 is definitely the best choice to pair with the 4 if you're going to buy a plant there. And I do think buying a plant there is okay because with 21 coming onto the market very soon, 20 and 21 coming, that means that the 10's not really going to be that important in this game. Most likely. And this makes me happy because with the 9 to 10 being bought, I go to bottom of the turn order next turn. So I should be able to hopefully get the 21 drop. 21 at cost would be huge for me on turn 3. Like, huge. And I still get a $3 coal out of this too, which is cool. Wasn't expecting that. So Wishmaker has to build... They don't build... Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. They're protecting the twins. Problem is, I don't know. I'd still rather have Fulda, I think. I get that they want to power 3 cities, but eh. There's not a lot of money to be made powering 3. Although, with the 10, you're going to be stuck at the top of the turn order anyway, so it does make some sense. Anyway, 29 now goes under the deck, which is a big deal. That's going to make 21 even more valuable. Those efficient 4 capacity plants are mana from heaven on Germany. With as expensive as these builds are, the game's going to last a long time. Wishmaker passes. Okay, that makes sense. Now, here's something interesting. If Kemnaasa puts 13 up for bid, I might actually bid on it. I hope he passes, though. I hope they pass. I hope Ken passes because, honestly, in this situation, I think I'd rather have 13 than the 20 right now. Like, I will bid on this. I don't care if I give him a 20. 20 is not good right now. And 20 doesn't even drop. Wow. Okay, I am crushing this right now. So yeah, market doesn't move again. That's just a dream for me right there. But honestly, I'm fine bidding on it anyway because I really don't want 20 right now. 20 does not fit well into my building plans. I can get Hamburg, right? I can store maximum amount of coal and get Hamburg. And I will store the maximum amount of coal because I am not going to buy a plant next turn. No way in hell. And there's nothing really attractive for Wishmaker to buy either. So Kemnaasa might get bottom of the turn order next turn and get something. So the 8 and 13 is not an ideal combo, but it's okay here for now. It's slightly less efficient than the 4+9 combo, though. And Wishmaker, I think, has incentive not to build because then they'll go below me in the turn order for next turn. Although they might really want Fulda. They could feel like this is their chance for Fulda, but I think they're not going to panic for it. Only getting stuck with 4 cities in step 1 is not ideal, though. But it is definitely manageable. I've definitely seen people win while only getting 4 cities during step 1. These plants are all terrible. I pass. God, that 14 drop is jackpot for me. 13 is going to be useful almost until the very end of the game on Germany. 18 coming too is big. I'm actually going to bid for this. This is perfect. Now, the problem is, I'm now kind of in a position where I'm kind of obliged to buy 20 because I could actually make use of it. I really don't want 20. I'm going to fight for 18 here, I think is my plan. I'll get 1 extra coal here. That's fine. Just take the last $5 one. Because, I mean, there's a lot up in the air with regard to what plan I could end up with next turn. We do still have a lot of plants lower than 20 in the deck, remaining in the deck here. Yeah. Actually, wait, never mind. I am more efficient than the 4+9 because I forgot I power an extra city compared to 4+9. 2 coal and 1 oil is cheaper than 3 coal, but powering 1 less city for it means I actually am making the most money of anyone right now in this situation. I could have built a 5 there. No, I didn't. No, 5 got taken off the market. Never mind. I couldn't have built a 6 to move the market. And I'm not the one who needs to move the market anyway. I have the best plants right now, believe it or not. 33 under the deck, and in comes 30. That plant tends to be a pretty big deal, although not until much later in the game. Please give me 18 at cost. If you give me 18 at cost, that'd be sweet. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Kemnaasa is going to get 21 at cost out of this, most likely. Unless they might actually be dumb enough to bid on... Well, not dumb enough, but inexperienced enough to bid on the 20 here. Nope, they do the right thing. Okay. Kemnaasa is definitely in front here, I think. And now we get a lot of coal in the game. This makes it interesting here. 26 and 22 drop. 22 is a pretty big deal. $26, obviously, a huge deal. Okay. I'm not going to complain about 18 at cost, even if it did result in the other plants going cost. Like, I think 18 is just straight up a better plant than 20. Like, straight up. I would pay more for 18 than I would for 20, believe it or not, on these expensive maps. Now I think my play, I mean, I'm kind of obliged to use the coal here. So I have to buy 2 more coal and build, I think. Crappy as it is. Having 1 extra coal stored on the 8 kind of compels me to get 2 more so I can burn it and then replace the 8. Like, I could easily buy 22 next turn. We've already driven up coal prices enough that I think, you know, we don't need to worry about 20 being a game winner or anything. It's just that these games last so long that resource costs really add up over time. I like that Chem's leaving full to open for Wishmaker. How nice. And I don't want to build 6 out of the market because that would drop 26 for other players. So I still make more money this turn than anyone else, which is very good news for me. Well, time for 22. And then was it 44 that came in? Yeah, 44. All right. Because now I'll be happy to get out of coal. I mean, we still have 21 that's going to compete with 20 on coal and make sure coal doesn't get too cheap. So I don't really need to police coal here. Like, I will gladly take 22 right now. Like, look at how much coal costs. Like, 22 almost makes its money back for me in 1 turn. Because look at how much I'm going to have to pay for coal. You know, pay what, 19 or something for it? I saved myself 19 bucks in 1 turn just not having to buy coal. So 22 is close to paying for itself in just 1 turn, and it's obviously going to last a hell of a lot longer than that. Love my position right now. It's rare. I mean, it's really rare to end up with all green plants, but on Germany, I ain't complaining. Not with early 20 involved. And another big coal plant to fight it. I mean, 21's a hybrid plant, but 21 really, like, should be using coal a decent amount to make life hell for the 20. We know Wishmaker's going to build Dresden this turn. That's their only remaining decently priced city to get to 5, and they need to get to 5 to get full value from the 20, since it powers 5 cities. And Kemnaasa should build to 5 also to use 21 and 9 together. That's solid for this stage of the game. Now I think I build. My move now is to build, because I can build... Ooh. Kemnaasa builds 6 out of the game. Here's the question. Do I build to 7? I feel like the answer to that is no. I would sacrifice a lot in turn order. If I were to build to 7, that would remove another 2 plants from the game, which that part really favors me with the green plants. And also my opponents don't have that much money at this point. They're not going to have too much money here. Problem is I risk getting blocked in step 2 if I build to 7 now. But man, it's just there's so many bad plants that could come. I think I have to do it. Because that's going to clear out 7 and then the next lowest plant after 7 since we trigger step 2. Step 2 removes the lowest numbered plant. And see, 17 came in. What was I talking about? I'm much richer than the other players, so... This is perfect for me. 26 for me. 26 for me right now, baby. 26. Wishmaker passes on 26. Interesting. Yeah, sure, I'll take it for that price. It puts 30 on the market. 30 should get some bidding now. I imagine Wishmaker is eyeing this plant when passing on 26 there. So I ended up replacing 13 much earlier than expected, but 13 still made me a lot of money. A whole lot of money. I only paid 14 for it, so no regrets at all there. And this is beautiful now because we'll have to see if I could get to 9 cities here. Building is scary. I really hope Kemnaasa, I really hope, yeah, they get the 30. Because that's a lot to pay when trash is still not going to be very cheap. Yeah, 28's the obvious choice for Wishmaker. Wishmaker needs an efficient plant to pair with the 20 to make it tolerable. And there is 11. Okay. Alright, I am not complaining about my 26 right now. Even though 21 will likely be using oil, I mean, there is incentive to use trash this turn. And I don't know how much more money Kemnaasa has. All I want is Erfurt. If I can get Erfurt, I'll be golden. It's just expanding out of this corner of the map that's the rough part for me. Hopefully, though, Kemnaasa blew a lot of their cash on the 30 this turn, and would likely need to buy trash. Since they already have 6 cities, that would make the most sense for them. And also, Trash's restock rate is only 2 per turn right now, since it's step 2 in a 3-player game. So you're making Trash more expensive each turn that you run the 30. That's a problem with it. That's why I do agree with passing on it in the low 40s. Arguably worth even less than that. Arguably. Because we may... Well, step 3 is coming soonish, but not too soon. Okay, I'm not gonna make it to 9 cities this turn. So I just store extra oil now. Yeah? Yeah, this looks like the play to me. Okay. Yeah, this is what I do. Wishmaker builds into me, which I like. Only having the money to build one. So in this situation, Wishmaker should just use 28 plus 10. Absolutely. Correct play. And this is why I only bought 3 oil, so that I could jump into Hala here. get that 8th city. Actually, you know what I should have done? Never mind. I just realized something. I should have not built, because then I'd be below Kemnaasa in the next turn. And Kemnaasa does not use trash. Okay, which I guess that makes some sense. 39 out, 50, and 44. I forgot to mark 44 out of the game. And then 15 is in, so we're getting to the market stall now. The nice thing is I should be able to at least get Dresden for a 9th city this way, which is all I care about now. I'm not buying any more plants until step 3, for sure. I still think I am easily in a winning position here. Even though I'm lower on capacity than the other players, we will reach step 3 with time for me to catch up. I forgot to mark off 37, so we are getting very close to step 3 here. And I forgot to mark off 18, so actually that means step 3 is not too far away, which is good news for me. I'll buy 1 oil because Kemnaasa should build above me this turn. So even though this looks like a really expensive connection, I'm really only paying for a jump of 6 because I would pay 19 for this connection anyway. So it's really an only extra 6 for this connection to get into these twins here. And that's really important for me. The nice thing is I have the lowest numbered top plane of anyone. I'm set up very well for turn order. I have 26 versus 28 and 30 as other people's top planes. They left Fulda open? Seriously? Yeah, sure. I need Fulda. I need that for later in the game. That's why I did not buy extra oil, because now I go to bottom of the turn order, and I ain't building again until step 3. So we're gonna have one more plant drawn, and then the step 3 card will be next. If you look at how low our money is, though, there's still a ways to go. So, really, really now, I think that's a huge mistake. I do not want this plant. No way in hell. Buying it this close. I mean, I get the idea of attacking trash, but Kemnaasa, I don't think, is the player you need to attack right now, so yeah, we just pass. So here's my play in this situation. 4 oil per turn come back into the game. So I think overall I don't really need to buy extra oil at this point. I wanted to get Fulda sooner because that gives me more expansion options to get step 2 cities down here, should I need. I mean, I get Erfurt and Leipzig. Those are cheap cities remaining, but after that I would have to hope to get some step 2 cities down in purple here. Those would be my best remaining options. And I will opt not to build. I really want to keep bottom in the turn order here because step 3 market is not looking good right now. I want as many chances as I can get for good drops. So this game shows, how you focus on efficiency throughout the early game. 26 is quite an efficient plant as well, so that paired well with the green plants. But notice how once I had my 26 together with my green plants, I didn't buy any 4 capacity plants. That's because I already have an efficient setup that can carry me to step 3. And I save money by buying fewer plants this way. and also staying lower in the turn order by not building beyond 9 cities. The turn order part's really important for a step 3 auction because there's like great plants and awful plants that are in that deck. And I want to give myself as many chances as I can for good drops. 29, 33, and 44 are the main duds in this particular step 3 market. 42 is not that good either. Wishmaker, okay, Wishmaker builds a little in the south, but not too much. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm eyeing this right now, actually. This part of the map here. If Wishmaker could not build to 13 cities, that's very good news for me. Because all I'm going to need is 2 more turns to end the game. Wishmaker will not be able to end the game next turn. So, yeah. Nor will Chem. I mean, I don't buy that either of those players. They're not going to end the game next turn. No way in hell. Not after buying a plant, which they have to do. Okay, they built one of those, but others. So I'm eyeing these, like Würzburg, Stuttgart, Freiburg. I'm looking at this stuff right now, actually. There's 40, which is a solid plant. It's decent, but a little bit less valuable for me since I already have 26. Okay, let me look at what better plants are there in this market, actually. Let me think about this. What better plants are there in this market? Actually, I guess I'd rather get 31 since we're only going to need 2 turns out of it. I mean, 31 for me is probably better because of turn order stuff. 44, though. Okay. Now I need to think. Ooh, does not buy 31. Great news for me. And that's huge for me, too, because that was another bad drop. 29, another terrible drop there. So, yeah, I come out of this with 31 now. Yeah? Let me think about this. What 6 plants are left in the game? Just 42 and 39? Actually, I have an idea. 44, 40. I have an idea. There's not many good 6s left in the game. So, what I could do is actually go for 34. And I'll stay at least in the middle of the turn order, which makes coal safer. For me. I actually think 34 would be the play. Because there's an equal number of 6s and 7s, and the 6s are not remaining 6s. There's one good one and one bad one. Well, one mediocre one, I should say. And I think even if I just get to 16 next turn, I can end the game, right? Okay, 39 came. All right. Well, we now have 2 remaining drops, and 2 of those are 7 capacity plants. And the 7 is what I'm going to need, because these guys, they ain't getting to 18 on the next turn here. And I'm actually fine with taking 34 over 44. I'm paying $1 more, but I'm getting better turn order with 34 compared to 44 as my top plant. Definitely buy 2 uranium now with 28 being in the game still. And definitely buy max oil with 40 being in the game. Okay, I'm going Würzburg, Stuttgart, Freiburg as my 3 cities this turn, and I'm not building beyond 12. There's no need for me to build beyond 12 right now. And I imagine, like, I could very likely get bottom in the turn order next turn. Notice how much... I had over $200 at the start of this turn. Notice how little I have now. That's expensive Germany building for you. And granted, I do still have I have 2 cheap cities left up here, but I can get those anytime. I'm trying to take the other spots before others do. So for 34, I ended up paying 34 for the plant plus 11 total for my resources for these 2 turns. Chem actually stays below me in the turn order. Good job. Okay, that's the correct play, because you want to reduce my chances of getting a 7 capacity plant. The question is, here's the deal. I think they might not even be able to... I think these other players may not be able to end the game at all next turn. So I could still potentially win the game if I get stuck at 16 next turn. If I get stuck at 16, I think I'm just going to end the game. Okay. Wishmaker probably can end the game next turn, actually. Wait, no, hold on. The remaining cities are going to be fairly expensive because I'm going to build here, is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a perfect way to get to 17 for me. I just build this, this, because that makes Wishmaker's builds more expensive. I'm definitely not regretting my 34 purchase. I gotta say, I definitely need the money. Let's look at how many cities we get next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 122. We have $96 right now, and we are going to make 118. So we're going to be a little over $200 next turn. So yeah, we should be able to end it with some plant or another. Run all my plants, of course. And there's 36. All right, that's a plant I can use. And coal is safe for me. Well, I definitely pass on this. Wishmaker will likely get to 17 with it, but now I get my plant that I need. As we got a, what was it? 42. A 42 appeared. Yeah, so coal is completely safe for me right now. Let's do some calculations here. Let's do some calculations. Three, 4, 5. Right. So I have plenty of money to bid on for this. There we go. I think I win the game with that. Honestly, that might have worked out as a better deal for me compared to 46, because resource costs should be about the same. And I think I still ended up paying less than 46 for the 36 there. I paid like low 40s for it, which is great for me. Below 45 for sure, which, yeah, I think I won out on that deal. This tells me that I am going to win the game now, and also tells me I'm very glad I bought extra uranium on 34. Make it just a smidge more expensive for Wishmaker this turn. And last turn as well, since Wishmaker used uranium last turn. Kemnaasa, yeah, okay. You're not getting to 18. I don't buy that you're getting to 18. No way in hell. Even with 21 at cost, I don't buy that you're getting to 18 cities here. Because all your remaining cities are expensive as hell. You have to go up into Aqua, and it's all taken by the rest of us already. So, I mean, you do get Hala as one cheap city, but other than that... Ooh, buying extra resources. Yeah, well, that's good news for me. Means the game is over now. And I think I should win this one easily. Green plants on Germany. Getting cheap green plants on Germany. It's so good. 26 wasn't even that expensive either. It might have been less than 40. I mean, I get what Kemnaasa is going for. They're hoping that we can't end the game, and thus they can get to 18 easily on the next turn. But that's not going to happen. Game's ending now. All right, Kemnaasa deciding what to do for building. They take Hala as expected. All right. Wishmaker not having an extra coal store was nice too. Actually, you know what I could have done? I could have bought out all the coal and guaranteed the win, I think. Like, I could have completely bought out coal on Wishmaker for the 20 and still ended the game. I'm pretty sure I could have done that. But I still think I'm going to win anyway, because I'm going to block the builds this way. Yeah, I had enough money left over to buy extra coal. Well, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Never mind. I couldn't buy out coal because there was still 3 coal left after Wishmaker bought. So yeah, I couldn't have done a coal buyout anyway. And I just made builds a good chunk more expensive for Wishmaker now. Because these were their cheapest cities remaining. Look at where they're going here. Oh, they couldn't even get to 617. All right. There we go. Again, on Germany, green is gold. Go for green plants, you go for efficiency, and you'll beat the players who go for the big plants early. That's the story of this game. Thank you for playing, everyone, and see you later.